Welcome to BeerAmerica.tv. I'm John Pinkerton with
Paul Leone. Thanks for joining us, and we are talking beer topics. It's not so much of a beer review, but John and I talk a lot offline about stuff, whether a beer at his bar, we happen to be at Moon River, or wherever we are, we just talk about stuff. And I think, well, we should do a series of short beer topics to kind of help you, for somebody who's on the BA board and who is an active brewmaster and owns his own brewery. There's a lot of good insight here, and me just being a regular guy that loves craft beer, who I try to relate more to what most of our audience is. It's a good combination to talk about beer topics. Raise some debate,
we hope,
about some things. I read an article recently about the concern for the American craft beer movement, that those who are really passionate about it and those who are really into it, that there might be a sense of snobbery moving in.
Snobbery?
Yeah, snobbery, a sort of elitism. I'm a craft beer drinker. Oh, you drink that beer? You make people feel bad for choosing, one of the macros over, one of your favorite. And I thought the article, what resonated with me is that, this movement, although those who are really into it are very passionate about it, might seem big. It's not. I mean, what are we at, 5%? Of the market share right now, a little over 5%.
Probably
craft?
Just sneaking up to 6.
Right. So that's 94% of the other market, right? So the point of that article, and this is where I agreed with it, is that now is the time not to be that way. There's still a lot of people that are on the other side. You can like what you like. I mean, that's fine. But they should never feel bad about choosing macro A or macro B or whatever it is.
I think we've all experienced that twinge of self-righteousness.
You're drinking that? I mean, that's not what we should be doing.
And I think done in the right sort of tongue-in-cheek kind of way is fine. But I think what I really kind of try to remain focused on is that there's this great opportunity for us to remain positive about it, and to kind of welcome people into the fold and to help encourage them to try different things instead of you take that angle, that sort of negative tack, and you're going to get people digging in their heels. And especially in the brewpub world, where we have an additional challenge of not just educating our consumers, but we also have the challenge of educating our servers,
right,
to educate our consumers.
Right.
So the challenge there is to make sure that they don't convey a chip on their shoulder about if you're not drinking craft beer, you're not drinking our beer, is that uncool?
So other than we were having lunch today before we actually filmed this particular blog, and John Pajoli, who has been on other, and we're at Moon River Brewing Company, and John Pajoli, who's been on other blogs, orders a what for lunch? With you. Now it's me and John and John Pajoli sitting at a table. At John's,
he orders a Coors Light.
He orders a Coors Light. Now what went through?
And I did give him kind of a hard time about it. I don't mind telling you, but
he likes what he likes.
He likes what he likes, and
It was middle of the afternoon too. It's a light beer. He wasn't.
We carry Coors Light here because it's an option that some of our customers want, and that's fine.
And that's kind of where I was going, not to pick on John, although I thought it was pretty damn humorous that he would order that sitting with you at this place. But anyway, you carry all sorts of beers. It's not just yours. You're not saying it's either my beer or no beer.
Right. Yeah, and there are plenty of brew pubs that do kind of operate in that philosophy, and that's fine too. But for our market, we've chosen to bring in other beers, and we don't just bring in other premium lagers. We also bring in other craft beers from around the country. We like to feature Georgia beers just because, to support our Georgia breweries.
Sure.
It's part of our thing.
Yeah, right.
But I think, even beyond that, there's that challenge of bringing people into the fold. Like, what kind of beers that you make are you going to use to kind of use that as a transitional beer, or the training wheel beer that we talk about?
Right.
And, those are important beers. And even within our community of craft brew enthusiasts, you have those people that really kind of downplay some of our lighter products, or our less aggressive products. I mean, we have this culture of extremism,
right,
within our community of enthusiasts. So,
and I think is my point. I think we need to kind of cut that out a little bit, don't you think, or be more conscious of it?
I want to embrace extreme beers as much as any other beer, but maybe it's just kind of where my head's at as a you know, how old I am. I've been in the industry for a while, and you know, I don't always want a slap you in the face, you know, over the top hobby beer. So I mean, a lot of us are definitely gravitating towards some of the more sessionable beers. I mean, some of my favorite beers right now are those lower alcohol beers that don't necessarily have the bitterness intensity, but have a lot of hop character, or have some sort of special character that's not necessarily just eat your face off bitterness.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, I just think that now more than ever is a time to not make anybody feel bad for whatever choice they make, but help them say, hey, you know what? If you like that beer, you might like this beer. You should try it. You know, try to woo them a little bit and not make them feel bad about it.
Do you think we're starting to sound kind of preachy?
I think, you know, I catch myself doing it. I've given people crap. Now that's why the article resonated with me. For really, you can drink that. You know what? You are so missing it. You know, not the approach I should take. I should take the different approach to it. And I know there's a lot of you out there that do the same thing. You know, it's just like we're on our horse. You know, where we think we're part of something that it's a little club.
You know, staying in tune with all the different you know, beer blogging and all that. I mean, we do see a lot of negative stuff out there. So
I'm seeing more and more of it online.
Not to get too heavy-handed, but you know, we got to stick together on this.
We do. Yes, we do need to stick together.
Love,
yeah, exactly. Well, I'm telling you, there's still a lot of people that don't understand any of this yet.
Right.
And those are the people that you need to bring over to get market share for everybody. You know, it's all a good thing. Nobody's selling out here. You know, it's a good thing. So anyway,
well, there
that's don't be that. There are. Just like, don't be a snob. And I've said this several times before. One of my favorite summertime beers is an ice cold Miller High Life. If it's hot out, I do. It has to be ice cold for obvious reasons, but it's low alcohol, it's watery, and it's wonderful in the summertime.
This is me being a little bit of a beer snob.
I know. I'm just saying. I've been admitting it though. It's kind of trying to, you know, I don't mind it, but I don't, you know, drink it a lot. But with that said, we've done summer beers, which you see more and more of that go to your point of low in alcohol, easy to drink, but it's craft beer.
There's a time and a place for everything.
There is.
There's a time and a place for everything.
There is. All right.
And there's a time, which is right now.
Snob.
Beer snob.
Cheers, Paul. BeerAmerica.tv.
Thank you, BeerAmerica.tv.
Like us on Facebook. You know, sign up for us on iTunes.
Are you sticking your pinky out there when you're drinking?
I was, because I'm drinking out of a beaker, and I'm a beer snob.